What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Dorian.
This is Miss MVP. Good morning.
And welcome to another episode of the Convos in the Park podcast. For our first-time listeners, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. And for our day ones and everyone besides the new listeners, we appreciate you for coming back as well.
I'm happy I didn't run you off. Thank you for coming back. I am an acquired taste. I know this. But thank you.
As always, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're still searching. We're still trying to get that 100 subscriber spot. And again, our 100 subscriber will be getting two masks sent to them. So please do your part to make sure that you have the chance at that mask. Also, make sure that you subscribe to our socials, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. As always, we're Ghetto in Twitter. We're Convos in the Park.
No, we're not.
In Twitter, yes, we are Convos in the Park. Yeah.
I thought you said the.
No, I said duh.
Oh. Sorry.
And if you enjoy the show and you want to let us know how we're doing, you can leave comments anywhere that you so please, or you can send us an email at parkbench@convosinthepark.com. Again, that is parkbench@convosinthepark.com.
Yes.
And with that being said,
I got a new toy I'm still playing with. Sorry. This is my breaking news alert.
oh boy.
We have reached the very last part of our series.
Yes, we have.
This is the Black Family Village.
I think we're going to upset some heads on this.
And I plan on upsetting some people. I have my notes. I am ready. I'm ready for you to come to me. I'm ready for you to come for me. I want to upset you effectively for you to transition properly to make things better for you and leave a great legacy. Coin that. Boom. Boom. Listen.
Very well said.
Listen. Effectively. Do you understand me? Do you understand? My notes and Dorian notes don't coincide all the time, but I think we got it synced up. I haven't seen his. He hadn't seen mine, but I'm ready to get in that ass today. Do you understand? I got my hot tea. This is a drug-free, alcohol-free episode. All this is sober.
So you ready to get into it, huh?
Maybe.
Then we'll start with you then.
Oh, that's too hot. I wasn't expecting you to say that. Okay, so listen.
Mm-hmm.
What does our village look like to everybody else besides us? We are insiders because we are black.
Right.
What does our village look like from your point of view? What is our village from the outside looking in? What does it look like?
Disjointed.
Okay, big word.
Very disjointed. Confused.
Okay.
Unorganized.
Okay.
And threatening.
Okay. I kind of got the same thing.
Okay.
But this is what our village looks like to others. And I'm saying this intentionally to hurt so you guys can learn effectively. Okay?
Okay.
We building legacies. Can't build legacies on a fucked up ass foundation.
That's true.
Okay? So, our village looks drug infested.
Mm-hmm.
Our village looks lazy. Our village looks like we're living off the government. And that's not just because we're black. It's just what it looks like. It looks like we're not raising our kids. It looks like we're clubbing all the time. Baby mama, baby daddy drama. Domestic violence. Alcohol stricken. Uneducated. And Chris Rock said it the best. It's a black and then it's a nigga. Those are on the inside know the difference.
Facts.
On the outside, we all niggas.
Niggas, yeah.
So which one are you going to be on? Which side of the street you going to be on? If the drug-infested, alcohol-stricken, lazy, living off the government, not raising your kids, clubbing, baby mama, baby daddy drama, domestic violence, and uneducated hurts your feelings, sit your ass down. I'm going to hurt you some more.
Get them.
Now what you got?
The biggest thing that I think that hurts the families, the black families in particular, worse than anything else. Again, my opinion, but skeletons in the closet.
Yep.
Skeletons in the closet, I think, affect us the worst.
Yep.
And the fact that we deal with these skeletons, we try to hide them, we try to dress them up, we try to, forget that they ever exist and still move on.
Yep.
Like these things, these traumas, these things didn't happen to us or to our family members, period.
Yeah.
And then,
it's disgraceful.
Yeah.
Shameful.
Yeah. And, it hurts us the most because it sets us back because, again, you have those family members that may have went through that experience from another family member and don't want to. And then you wonder, oh, why they didn't show up for Thanksgiving? Oh, why they didn't show up for Christmas? We had this going on, or, they didn't show up for such and such as graduation.
Yep.
And it's because, they don't want to be around it anymore because, they know that, that person is going to 9 times out of 10 going to be there, and that person, caused some trauma or, caused something wrong for them, and they don't want to live with it, and then the other family members that may know about it don't want to speak on it because, that's stuff that whatever happens in the family needs to stay in the family. No, the hell it doesn't. Not any fucking more.
Exactly. We need to bring everything to the surface, and that comes with one of my notes. We don't talk to each other enough.
Yeah.
And when I say don't talk to each other enough, I mean we have to make each other uncomfortable.
Yeah.
We do. We have to make each other uncomfortable enough to be like, damn, well, maybe I didn't look at that the right way. If me saying something to you makes you uncomfortable, but yet you can learn from it, what's stopping you from keep coming back around?
Yeah.
Nothing should stop you from keep coming back around.
At all, yeah.
Nothing. We as a black village, and going back to saying black village, this is everybody who is blood related and not blood related to you. Anybody who you can trust is
part of your village.
Part of your village.
Yeah.
Anybody who you can trust around your children is part of your village.
Yeah.
Okay? So we don't communicate. We have people who are in our age group and older, some younger, but I'm speaking of us, who have had trauma to them as far as sexual abuse from family members, people close like family members, who don't nobody know nothing about.
Yeah.
Nobody. It may be one person or it may be none. But the simple fact that they are ashamed, it's a stain on the family name. It's a stain on your name. It's a stain on their name. Because we are ashamed to talk about it.
Yeah.
So
that's the biggest thing, and I'll just go ahead and put out there for me. I think I may have spoke about it a little bit before, but my grandfather was a Rolling Stone. I think we spoke on that 2 episodes ago, and for the longest time, no one ever. I saw them, didn't know who they were, but they called my grandfather Big Daddy or stuff like that. I was like,
your granddaddy from here?
No.
No, Don?
Yeah. So, and then once, it was finally brought to my attention that, your grandfather stepped out on your grandmother, had a whole different set of, children, and they had children.
And that was common.
Back then, yeah.
Yeah. That was pre-social media.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, like I said, it took a while for it to happen, and and it took even longer for both sides to, kind of put everything to rest and, be family again.
Yeah.
So, it's ridiculous to me.
The fact that you say that makes me think, like, It's a lot of families who are beefing over shit that grandparents did. We had no control over that.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
Okay, so your daddy had outside children. Your beef is with the man, not the offsprings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get it. However, you are entitled to your feelings. I can only embrace you. One of my friends, she had the same situation. I felt her pain because I went through that with her. But I'm speaking on things that we didn't go through.
Yeah.
Like things our aunties and uncles are upset about.
Yeah.
That ain't got shit to do with me.
Nope.
Let's talk about it. Let's clear the air. Let me understand why. Let me understand why I've never met any of my cousins. Because of some bullshit. Bullshit. And I said that loud. I get it. Why? Why are you keeping family away from family because of some BS that happened between you and your siblings or you and your parents 50 years ago? That's not a great legacy.
No.
That is generation curse after generational curse. Because now my kids are going to grow up without their cousins. And then we got some 17-finger babies around here because they done got children together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is Alabama. That's all I'm gonna say. This is Alabama. But that goes back to saying, like when Big Mamas was still alive.
Yeah.
What stays in his house, what happens in his house stays in his house. I don't believe that.
No.
I don't believe that. Now there are certain things that Billy next door and Susan down the street don't need to know.
No. But within that family, yeah, it doesn't, you don't need a quiet mouth for anything that goes on within the family. Yeah. Okay, something may go on in that house, but yeah, if it was something traumatic and affected someone else, yeah, it needs to be aired out because at the end of the day, you know, when it comes down to it and, you know, we try to look out for each other and like you said, you know, we may come across, you know, a family member that we don't know and then they're looking because that person has so much animosity that they keep following the family members and, you know, they be like, okay. And I know this may sound extreme, but they could be even on Facebook. Okay, I'll just keep track of this person. I'm going to see what kind of kids they have. And then when their kids are around, I can tell my kids, if you see this person, that, you know.
Don't speak.
Yeah, don't speak or get away from them as far, you know, get as far as possible away from them.
Yeah. One of my cousins and I, we didn't really grow up together. And her son and my son were at the same school. I didn't even know it until I saw her mother come and pick him up. And I'm like, who you here for? Because you only have one child and she's a little bit older than me. So who you here for? She was like, oh, such and such. You didn't know? I didn't even know I knew she had one child and that was a little girl. I didn't even know she had an older child. And that goes because we weren't raised together.
Yeah.
She was always with her dad's side of the family, which is fine. But I didn't even know. I was like, oh, hell. Okay. The sad part about it is they look just alike. My son and her son could be brothers. But they're second, third cousins. Yeah. And I knew nothing about it. But I know my side of the family. I know my mama's side of the family fucked up. And I'm okay with that. Yeah. We speak and we keep it moving. Yeah. We carry on. I mean, that we don't have any beef or tension or animosity, but we have to know that it's okay not to be okay with each other, but we have to clear the air. Yeah. As a village. And that goes with your friends. I have a friend who we were thick as thieves. We got no beef with each other now. Several years ago we did. I don't know why. But I just got tired of holding that burden. Yeah. And I told her, I was like, look, I ain't got no problem with you. I don't even know why you upset with me. If you want to talk to me, my number's been the same almost 10 years, 12 years. I've been here. So almost 13 years. My number has been the same. Yeah. Anybody who want to get in touch with me, that's that same damn number. I ain't got no problem with it. Call me. Let's clear the air. I try not to have any beef with anybody because that's just energy coming to me that I don't need. And I like my energy clear. Anybody who step foot up in this door automatically feel the energy in here. The energy is warm, it's welcome, it's positive. I don't do that. Yeah. I don't do that. So we have to clear the air with our friends, with our family, our children, our baby mamas, our baby daddies, our ex-husbands, our ex-wives, our side bitch, our side nigga. Put everybody in their place, and I swear for God, everything will be smooth.
Yeah. But that's, again, a lot of that is ego, pride, vanity. A lot of these.
A lot of pride.
Yeah. Definitely a hell of a lot of pride.
Definitely.
That hinders us from doing that, because, again, we don't want to be the first to fall. We want the person that we thought or felt wronged us to be the first person to react, instead of us being like, hey, you know what? I know this happened way back in the day, but let's talk about it.
Yeah.
And, once you talk about it, hash it out. Okay, you know what? From my end, I know I had some stuff going on. I know I did my part in, that going wrong, but I apologize.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing for us to get out sometimes.
Look, I have this thing that's called I don't give a fuck. I'm going to apologize because I don't need that tension. Yeah. I don't need that. I have so few enemies that I know of. There might be some like that. I don't know. I was talking about on the surface.
Right.
But as far as family, friends, those who I were close to, those who that I am close to now, I try to clear the air all the time. How you doing? Did I do anything wrong? And it may seem petty or like you're begging somebody for attention or to talk to you, but it's genuine.
Yeah.
It's sincerely genuine. Like say for instance, when we talk, I'm like, everything okay with you?
Yeah. Because
I want to know the foundation of the conversation.
Yeah.
If everything is not okay with you, then I know that if you snap off, that is not towards me.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, when you stopped at Burger King and they gave you an unsweet tea instead of sweet tea and you came through the door, I'm mad. Well, I knew you weren't mad at me because it was your first time seeing me and talking to me. So I knew everything else that followed that until you got your blood sugar level up was towards Burger King, went to me. You know what I'm saying? So You have to know that foundation of the conversation, whether it be friends, family, teachers, doctors, lawyers, whoever.
Yeah.
Know that foundation, and that way y'all clear the air. Your village will be strong then.
Yeah.
Check on people. Talk to people. Let people know that it's okay to love each other positively. Tell somebody you love them. I swear your endorphins will just sparkle. I love you, Dorian.
I love you too, Miss MVP.
Thank you. We got to shatter the stereotypes.
Yeah.
Saying I love you does not mean weak.
Yeah. Or does it? Or it doesn't even have to mean that you love somebody in that, like a relationship kind of phase. Yeah.
But everybody's in a relationship with each other.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
My friends, I'm in a relationship with them. She told me this, and I was like, no, we ain't. And I was like, well, yes, we are. Because we've been friends for so long. Like, for a long time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I guess we are in a relationship because we're kind of codependent off of each other when we talk. Like, whether you're bored in between meetings or in the car driving, like you don't want to be by yourself, or sometimes you do want to be by yourself. You just call that person, or you just want to hear another voice. You're in a relationship with that person.
Yeah. Whether
it is sexual or not.
Yeah.
And you have to develop those relationships. You have to feed those relationships. The same way friendship, the same way that you would do a relationship with your partner.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
We are in a relationship.
Really?
Yes. This is being recorded, so I am legally saying this. I am not hog-tied. My hands are not behind my back. I'm not in distress. We're in a partnership. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we are,
we have to check on each other.
Yeah.
We communicate several times a week, sometimes several times a day.
Yeah.
To make sure that everything is okay. If we don't feel like recording, then we're not.
Yeah.
If we feel like recording, then we will. But we try to do it weekly.
Yeah.
Sometimes a couple times a week.
Yeah.
Depend on how I feel. But we do. We have to. And then that goes with friends and family. in this pandemic, we have to make sure that all X's are across. I would say all X's are O's. We have to make sure.
Never mind.
This is tea. Not tequila, but tea. We have to make sure all our X's are O's.
Right. There you go.
All of our X's are crossed. We have to make sure all our X's and O's are squared away. Because...
You better just probably saying just the I's are dotted or something like that.
Fuck that. We gotta make sure all that shit together. We'll say it like that. Excuse my language. But we have to make sure that we take care of everything.
Yeah.
Our personal relationship, our business relationship, our friendships, our kids, our relationship with our parents, our relationship with our grandparents, our nieces, our nephews, our uncles. My dad recently passed away. And my aunt, who was over here several times a week, I've only seen her one time since my dad passed away. I've talked to her once or twice. Mm-hmm. But I've only seen her one time. And I told her to turn back. I said, I can't believe that you turned your back on me. But you have to make sure that person knows their place with you. Yeah. You don't want them to think that it's okay.
Yeah.
Because at that time, I was not okay. You know what I'm saying? So you have to make that person know that it's okay not to be okay. And that's any relationship.
Yeah.
When you tell me something's wrong with you, I make sure that you're okay. And vice versa.
Yeah.
That's the village. You have to make sure your children are okay, and that's with school. That's with somebody took the ball from me. I'm like, are you bleeding? No. Did they punch you in your face? No. Did they stab you? No. Did you stab them? No. Are they bleeding? No. Well, everything's gonna be okay. Build that relationship so they can build that relationship with that person. They know how to go back and fix it. A lot of things was wrong with us, going back to our previous episode. Black children don't know how to fix previous relationships. It's always a lot of tension when you see your ex.
Yeah.
It's always a lot of tension when you have to say your ex's name. It's always a lot of tension when you have to say that person's name who you have beef with. I make sure that my name is said because you're going to put some respect on my name. But in a positive light, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like our forever first lady said, when they go low, we go high. just saying it.
Yeah. And then even with, not just our internal struggles, we got those external struggles like we started off the episode saying about the village, how does our village look? Mm-hmm. And, we have to deal. And of course, we're speaking specifically on the black village. Mm-hmm. If you're listening and you're, from another race denomination, just join in and take heed. We're not excluding you on purpose, but racism.
There's racism within the black community.
Would you really? But even I get what you're saying, but can you really consider it racism?
Yes.
Or is it more so?
Okay, you can call it colorism.
Yeah. That's what I was more so leaning towards. Yeah, it's colorism within ourselves, but just from the outside, we got to deal with the racism, especially, especially the stuff that was going on back in 2020, and of course, most black people know it's never went away. But the last couple of years, it's been shown more, and it's been brought to the media and the public's attention now more than it. I won't say not more than ever, but not since the civil rights movement. That it's been that.
Even with the civil rights movement, everything moved slow because everything was done by paper.
Yeah.
Word of mouth, phone calls. Not everybody could afford a phone line.
Yeah.
Everything had to be done by snail mail. So not everything with the civil rights was as prominent as it is.
Yeah.
Bloody Sunday is about the only thing, and the bus boycott.
Yeah.
That's the only thing for real that we can remember that's being pushed and force fed.
Oh, and the sit-ins.
And the sit-ins, yeah. That's about the only thing that's being force-fed that we can remember. Yeah. Of course, we weren't there, so we can't necessarily say. There are some people that's still alive that were there who can vouch for that. But coming from our generation, social media has been the best thing to happen for our community and the worst things that happen. It's shedding a light on all of the police brutality.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's also shedding a light to all the stupid shit that happened. Like, why are you riding around smoking weed with AK-47s in your lap and don't expect somebody to see you and call the police?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or the police to be watching your feed in general.
Or the police to be watching social media.
Yeah.
These young folks don't realize that it's somebody their same age that work for the police who know how to work all these social medias, who know how to build all these different algorithms that you guys are falling for, all these fake ass profiles for these quote unquote bad bitches and all that other good stuff that's following you, and you idiots are falling right into it. To catch a predator, for instance.
Yeah.
To catch a predator with that guy is the same thing that these idiots are falling for on social media and wondering why they are having so much trouble hiding from the police. Stay your ass off of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, telling all your business. Old dope heads and the old, I'm sorry, not dope heads. The old drug dealers and the real OGs didn't tell nobody what their moves were until after they made it, and then you saw it. I saw
silence.
This guy posted something on Twitter. On TikTok. Mm-hmm. And I swear to Lord, it's accurate as hell. Our generation listened to dope dealer music. This generation listens to dope user.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I seen that in different forms throughout social media, and that, yeah, I can't disagree with it,
like,
or agree with it more.
They want to live the dope boy life, but you can't get half your old supply, Pookie.
Nope.
Go back and watch New Jack City and just sit back and learn. Like, each one teach one.
Yeah.
If we don't teach a fool, he gonna always be a fool.
That's true. That's
gonna
true.
always be a fool, and then you can't get mad at that in your community because you sat there and watched him do it. Pull his behind to the side, and I'm saying him as in general.
Yeah.
It could be a female. You see this female running behind this old dude. Snatch her up and tell her just like the old ladies used to tell us, them old men got worms, they gonna get you. They gonna get you, which is true.
They want that sugar daddy, though.
Sometimes you gotta scare them. It ain't always good, but sometimes you gotta scare them. Mm-hmm. I try to teach my children about the scary shit in life off the rip. I don't have no secrets. Some secrets, not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Because you have to. In our community, our black community, going back to the colorism, the hierarchy, and I think I spoke about that when speaking about black women. Black women have a hierarchy system when it comes to color.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Body size, body image. That's about how much respect you're going to get within the community. Outside the community, maybe something different. The darker your skin in the black community, more than likely, the less respect you're going to get. The lighter your skin in the black community, the more respect you're gonna get, the more guys you're gonna that's gonna be interested in you, the more girls is gonna want to be your friends because the guys want to be around you. That's just how it is. Mm-hmm. It's always been like that.
Yeah.
The same thing with guys in the black community. Pretty Ricky got all the girls, but Pretty Ricky is typically a lighter skin. You got some Pretty Ricks that might be on the darker skin.
Yeah.
Quote unquote, not just necessarily your name Ricky, but
yeah.
You get it.
Yeah.
But you just have that hierarchy system, which is sad, but that goes from the late 80s, early 90s when that's how they did it.
Yeah, and it's that in respect for the men has been changing. You tend to see more darker skin now.
Yeah.
Getting a lot more respect or, spotlight than the lighter skin, nowadays. And I'm glad to see that change. Mm-hmm. But again, not to offset it, but again, everything needs balance.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I don't understand why in our community our black community, we are so quick. I don't know if I talked about this to you or somebody else. In other cultures, they have so much more respect for their elders than what we do.
Yeah.
And in the community, we have our black grandmothers and grandfathers sometimes put into a nursing home or living on their own.
Yeah.
In other cultures, the Hispanic culture, the Asian culture, they embrace their elderly. They live with them.
We did talk about this, yeah.
Okay, so they live with them. And with the black community, it's kind of like it's a shameful act for the elderly to live with you, almost like it's a burden.
Yeah.
And I'm very envious of that, because we talk about legacy and we talk about generation, but yet we don't change anything. Sometimes.
Yeah.
There are some people who do, but we don't have that teaching around our younger people because we kind of push away our older people.
Yeah.
But you wonder how the Asian culture and Hispanic cultures, their traditions are so strong. Native Americans, their history and tradition are so strong because they have the older community that's there in their village.
Yeah.
We, black and brown, don't have it. Either they're deceased or they're living on their own, and y'all ass only want to go visit them when it's time to eat good.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, it's something that, I think, we definitely have to change. Mm-hmm. And even for myself, like, I loved it. Of course, growing up, my grandmother was the one watching me after school. Loved being around my grandma and my grandfather then. As I got older, and once I didn't have to, I guess this goes hand in hand with that idea of being free, and that mentality of getting out of the nest. And it seems like with us as the black community, once we leave that nest, we don't want to bring any remnants of that nest back. Or or like you said, we want to visit it on occasion. But we don't want that, because again, it's like for the parent or for the child that is that has lived with their parents from the beginning and continue to stay there. It's a different mentality, and they may still, even in that sense, depending on the parent, the situation between themselves and the parents, they still might, have certain rules or things that they got to, abide by while living in that house. So it's like, yeah, they're adults. They have their adult freedom, but they're not really free.
Yeah.
And then you have those, again, like I said, where they may bring their parents in, but it's like the last thing because they couldn't find any nursing home that was good enough to keep them or something to that effect. And then, now that because they couldn't find any other alternative, now to them it feels like it's a burden to keep their parents there. And that's something that we just have to change altogether.
If my grandmother would have still been alive, I don't think I would have ever left the nest. But she died like a long time ago. She died when I was like 19 years old. So a long time ago. We were thick as thieves, though. Yeah. Thick as thieves. And she,
I was the same with my grandmother, my grandfather in New York, my father's side. I was real tight with them again, of course, because I was around them the most. Like I seen, my grandmother, my grandfather, my mother's side when I ever came down to visit until I moved down here. But I had the tightest connection with them. And then it was just like, once I got into my teenage years and again, between finding myself and everything else, I would go visit. But I felt once I noticed that my grandmother started developing dementia and Alzheimer's and stuff
Health
like that.
deteriorating.
Yeah, it seemed like I felt bad because of the simple fact of I was like, okay, I was the last grandchild that she watched like that, constant. So when, again, she didn't have to wake up in the morning, on those, during the summer to watch me or, fix me breakfast or something like that. Or, fixing me lunch and dinner until my mother came and picked me up. Or, or having to take that walk down to the school to come pick me up from school. And then, we walk back or we go, go to the grocery store or whatever. So when it came down to that point, when she started getting older, it's just like, if I would have just stayed, or if I would have just been around more often or, visited, more than maybe once or twice a week, I felt, to me that maybe she wouldn't have picked it up. Now, who's to say that could have changed? But whatever God wrote for.
Yeah.
But deep inside that, that still haunts me.
Yeah, I can feel it. I can really feel it. It's tormenting when you see other communities building and having their elders around them. Like the elders may not be feeble, but they're able-bodied and they are picking up the great-grandchildren and or cooking dinner because their grandchildren, us, are still at work.
Yeah.
Or we had to go to the store or, we just wanted to go do something.
Yeah.
It's very envious to see how other communities and other races rally around their elderly, and you see Black people push their
elders to the side.
Their elders to the side. So I was on I don't even remember what street I was on, but I was in the city and I was driving, and it was it was on the same day, two different situations. We had some really, really low temperatures last week.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, this week, end of last week, and it was raining.
Yeah.
I saw in two different situations, and it pisses me off. And I understand that sometimes elderly people outlive everybody in their family.
Yeah.
But again, that goes to the community.
Yeah.
And goes to the village. If you live next door to an older person and you know that the temperatures are bad, weather is bad, but yet you still watch this person walk to the store in these temperatures and weathers, and you see this person walk back, you're setting yourself up for failure in the future.
Yeah.
It can be something as simple as a hello and you see them walking. Well, come on, get in. I'll drop you off.
Yeah.
You don't even have to wait on them. Tell them you gonna wait on them, because older people, they gonna make you take their money and they gonna tell you they don't need you. Do it anyway.
Yep.
Say, I'm gonna drop you off. I'm gonna go and do what I gotta do. Even if you just go and park and just watch the door and wait for them to come out and say, hey, I'm done with my errands. Come on, get in. I'll take you back home. Maybe an hour out your time. But that is going to go a long way, and that strengthens the community, because the next child is seeing you do that, and they're going to want to do the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it just goes a long way. It's a shame that we can't see that in our community. You see people all over the internet where you might see a little boy helping somebody get into their car. Prime example, a couple years ago, it was this older man and this older white lady. He was trying to they were both in their 90s. He was trying to help his wife get in the car.
I know a video. Yeah, I've seen that video. Yeah.
And then these guys just out of nowhere looked like they were finna beat and rob. But that's just how our village looks like to them.
Yeah.
They helped him and helped her get in the car. They went on about their business.
Yeah.
They could have easily called 911 when they saw them struggling. The older people could have easily called 911
when they were approaching. Yeah.
When they were approaching. But they were so happy to have help, they allowed those young men to do what they needed to do in order to help.
Yeah.
And if they can do that, they let you know that they were raised decently.
Yeah.
And they can do it within their own community. But as Black people get older, we have to not only be vigilant on what's our surroundings, but we have to also allow people to help us. That goes back to the pride.
Yeah. 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 Because the biggest thing that I've always seen when it comes to that is, you may have that, especially for places like New York where everything's so tight knit. You may hear, you may be in your apartment chilling, and then you're hearing the walls and everything else, next door. And of course, you try to keep to your own business. But again, you don't, sometimes, you may get some words if you go just knock on that door. Because again, you don't know whether it's, they're having a sexually heated moment and they're just, knocking everything down. Or it could be the fact that one of them is getting knocked all over the house.
Exactly.
So we got to be mindful of each other. As much as we say we want to stay out of each other's business, but at the end of the day, we are each other's business.
We are. We definitely are. I stay in my children, my friends, my family, the ones that are close to me. Hell, even you. I'm always in your business. We have to, because if you don't keep up with your friends and family business, something like my niece, for instance, she posted something on Facebook and she said, one of my friends say I tell my husband stuff too much. My niece is 5'2", I think. Maybe 5'3". She said she's still afraid. She's 25, 26. She said she's still afraid of being kidnapped. So that's why she tells her where she's going. Because you have to. Because if something happened, you have to be able to pinpoint what is going on. Yeah. Like, for instance, my favorite comedian in the whole wide world, Robin Williams.
Okay.
This man, the epitome of happy. Suicide.
Yeah.
Suicide looks happy. But if people would have known what was going on with him.
Yeah. Would have been a different story, yeah.
Would have been a different story. My cousin, she committed suicide. The epitome of happy. Like, you would have never known what was going on. But this is outside. This is not in her house.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on in her house. We don't know what was going on in Robert Williams' house.
Yeah.
I know several people who have either been affected by suicide or have indirectly been affected by suicide. And they say, I knew nothing. They were just here last night.
Yeah.
They were partying with us. And then it was either overdose, by gun, by hanging, by something.
Yeah.
The next day or two, they're dead. Like, damn, we didn't know what was going on. Baby, let me tell you, if I've known you more than a little while, I'm in your business. So if you're uncomfortable with me being in your business, don't come this way, because what you do is gonna affect me.
Yeah.
Because I've opened up myself to be a part of you, and you vice versa. So I'm gonna need to know what you're doing, whether it's drugs or alcohol, because I need to know what I'm gonna be a part of.
Yeah.
That's just like, for instance, if you're in a relationship and you go off and you want a side piece, that's fine. But don't tell your side piece that she's your only one.
Yeah.
When she ain't, let her know her options. She might be down with that shit. She might not be. Me, on the other hand, I ain't gonna be down with it. Let me know my options so I can know what side of the game I need to play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that goes with anybody in your life. Let them know what they're a part of. Let somebody in.
Yeah.
You gotta be humble enough to let somebody in. You got to be. That's your mental health tip of the day. Let them in.
Yeah.
Damn it.
And speaking of letting in, just to kind of segue over, when we're speaking of the
sorry,
the village, one of the key parts of the village, of course, is the children. But you come into those situations where you may have to co-parent.
Yeah.
And, you know, as much as, you know, we see the stigma of the bitter baby mama, the angry baby daddy, or the absent, you know, baby father, you know, and when it comes to those issues, when it comes to those points of having to co-parent, I think that is the biggest thing that we black people try to deal with and make it seem like it can be healthy. Because the one thing sometimes that we deal with, again, and it comes back with pride and everything else, is that, you know, we want to feel like we want to stand up on our own. And the one thing that gets to me is you hear or you see, well, mainly you hear a black woman say, "Oh, I'm a single parent," when you know that the father is in the child's life, but they want to say that they're a single parent.
They still are a single parent.
How?
Okay, so being a single parent.
Now I can see, yeah, you're single as far as relationship.
Yeah.
But if let's just say for you, if you and your kids' fathers are both actively in their lives, then yeah, y'all
are co-parents.
You're co-parents, but you're not a single parent.
Yes, you are.
How are you a single?
Because, okay, so and this is just my interpretation.
Right.
Being a single parent means that you're doing it by yourself, sole custody. Now, if you're sharing custody, then that's kind of a sticky situation. You're still co-parenting. But at that time, unless it's two parents in that house, whether it's you dating or you're married, you are still a single parent until there are two parents permanently under that roof. Now, you can co-parent separately and still be single.
Yes.
That's single parent. Because you're the only one that's doing it full time. When you were in Mississippi, were you a co-parent or were you a single parent? Okay, then.
I consider myself a co-parent because, yeah, I was taking care of one out of two.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was full-time with one, but I was still making sure that the other one was taken care of. Totally different household. Still a co-parent. Yeah, I was single, but I was still a co-parent.
You're a co-parent to both.
Yes. But I'm not. Yeah, but I'm not a single parent. Is the way that I take it.
Okay. No argument. No argument. No argument. So, wrapping up, what should our village look like?
Our village should look like some of the communities that you talked about before. It should look like a Asian community. It should look like a Latino community. Yes, with our own unique Black or African cultural, differences. But yeah, we should have the unity. We should be able to look at someone else's. We should be able to look at our neighbor and be like, don't worry about, or see our kids playing. Hey. And they, they're checking up on, or they're looking outside for their parent, looking out for their kids, and we're like, "Don't worry about it, I got them." Okay,
That's me all day.
Go ahead, and do what you got to do. The kids are fine.
Yeah.
Or it should be, or like you said, we see an elderly person walking down the street. Oh, where you going?
Yeah.
Do you want someone to walk with you? Or I got my car right here. Let me just give you a ride. Or it should be the fact of, even if, let's say, you're the best parent in the world and your neighbor next door may have a particular, skill set that you're not accustomed to, but the kid is, seeing that and is growing more to it. We shouldn't have animosity towards that person. It should be like, okay, I see him doing this. Maybe I don't know with him as much. Let me go introduce myself.
Yeah.
Let them know, hey, this is, I'm so-and-so's parent. I see them, I see what you're doing, and, is there any way that you can show me? So that way, if you can't do it for my child, I can be there if they're looking for that. Yeah,
as a village, we should be able to mentor each other's kids without feeling short.
Yeah.
Or unworthy. Like you said, different skill sets. My skill set when it comes to etiquette is a lot better than others. I don't mind if you need me to help you, say that. I am not gonna judge you. I am the nicest, rudest motherfucker in the world. I am not gonna judge you, but I am gonna cuss you out for saying that you can't do it. Oh, yes, the hell you can.
Yeah.
I don't mind showing adults anything. I don't mind showing children anything. But one thing you're not gonna do is have negativity towards yourself and or your child around me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you need to be taught something or refreshed on anything, call me, text me, email me. I am here. I am your friend. You might not like me by the time we finish, but you're gonna love me, you're gonna respect me.
Yeah.
And you will be back. Just ask my friends. Just ask my friends. You're not gonna like me. You be like, damn, I don't even know why I keep talking to her. She know her shit though. I'm gonna call her. But yeah, we have to. We have our village should be on the outside looking in and on the inside looking out. Well educated.
Yes.
Well spoken.
Yes.
Open line of communication. Our community is not like other communities because we, number one, have disadvantages.
Yes.
Number two, once we learn something as a community, we don't show anybody else. We hold on to that shit like it's the last drop of water on earth.
Big facts. No print.
We think that if that other person is gonna learn it, they're gonna either outdo us or make all the money. That's okay, because little do you know, there's enough money out there for everybody. What you got is, matter of fact, this podcast, it might be 17 other people in the city doing the same thing, but guess what? Their audience won't be gravitated to us, just like our audience won't be gravitated to them.
Yeah.
It's enough people talking about different subjects every day to entertain all 197 million people on this earth.
Yeah.
Me, I used to be a big Howard Stern fan when he had his TV show. I can't stand the sound of his voice now. But I know somebody else who listens to him daily. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Breakfast Club, they are entertained by people every day. Me, I listen to radio way in San Francisco. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that radio station is playing right now in our background. Not even in our time zone. There in San Francisco, where our vice president was at.
Yes, I mean, just like you said, same as us. I personally love the Joe Budden podcast.
Oh, God.
I listen to it every time they put one out. I know you don't particularly care for Joe Budden, but again, like you said, there's enough podcasts and entertainment for different, things for anyone.
Yes.
If they put enough effort.
Yeah.
To eat.
Yeah.
You don't, and that was, it's the same way, with the, going back to the hood and the streets. You had that one drug dealer that wanted to run that block. They weren't satisfied with just that one block. They wanted the next one, the one after that, trying to take the mouth, trying to take it from other people when they could have just been like, you know what? Okay, let me just talk with this other person. Let me not try to take over the block. Mm-hmm. Let me talk to this person. Let's see if we could come to an understanding.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe, and I know this is just a weird example, but I know it's, just put it out there.
I speak Dorian fluently. Just go with it, people.
You may have, that one drug deal. Okay, you know what? From the time of midnight to noon, I run the, I can get money on this block, and then from noon to 11:59 at night, you can make the rest of the money or something. I know it's a little extreme, but I'm
listening.
I mean, but like it's just a way for everyone to eat instead of having the crab in the barrel mentality of knocking each other down. So that way we're the only one that's eating.
Hello. Yeah. I'm listening. I was going to do a sound bite, but I changed my mind. But yeah, I get it. Like, you have to... The number one moneymaker in the black community, barbershops and hair salons.
Yeah.
You have home barbers, home stylists. You got shop barbers, shop stylists.
Right.
They fight. They compete. Why? It ain't like y'all trying to do the same person head at the same time. Let this person make their money. Maybe they trying to get enough money to go get their own shop and get their license. Maybe this person trying to save enough money so they won't have to keep paying every month to go to school to get their cosmetology license. Let this person hustle the way that they know how to hustle.
Yeah.
It's some damn good home stylists out there. It's some damn good home barbers out there. You know what I'm saying? Don't knock the trade. Don't knock the hustle. Only hustle you should be knocking is yours if you ain't getting off your ass to get it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. And you know, to speak on the hustle, the one thing I think we have to stop in the Black community is preaching this: go to school, go to college. That's the only way you're gonna get out.
Yeah.
That's a false statement.
That is a very false statement. I am a testament to that.
That is a very false statement. You know, and same as me. You know, I tried the college route. Wasn't me.
Yeah.
You know, I enjoyed learning, but I realized that the way that the college format wasn't my style. Mm-hmm. I think I'm doing very well for myself and not having to be in college. And, you know, that's the same thing I instill that in my children. Like, okay, I asked them, you know, what they want, you know, what do they aspire to be at the moment? Mm-hmm. Well, my oldest said a lawyer. I was like, okay, that involves a lot of schoolwork. At the time, now she's kind of changing the tune.
But let me stop you right there. Another fact that's going to blow your mind. Mm-hmm. You do not have to go to school to be a lawyer.
Yeah, I already knew that.
Most people don't know that.
Yeah.
If you study, you become a paralegal, you do everything that you have to do as far as reading. You can take all the practice bar exams that you want to, but if you sit your ass in front of that state and you take that bar exam and you pass it, you're a lawyer.
Yeah.
You are a freaking lawyer. A lot of respect goes to people who have trades.
Yes.
A lot of disgracefulness goes to people who have trades for people who have degrees.
Yes. Because
they say, oh, you too stupid to go to college. No. They just found another route to get to the money quicker, as well as build their own businesses. It's a lot of brick masons who took this as a trade in high school, who are now master bricklayers, who have their own businesses, who are now teaching. You don't have to have a teacher certificate to teach a trade. You got mechanics, you got electrical, you got
HVAC.
You got HVAC, which in the South makes a lot of money.
Yep.
Our air conditioner runs 11 months out the year. My air conditioner was on in January. Twice. 2 times. It's been December's that the air conditioner has been on.
Yeah.
Out of the 12 months, I guarantee our heater only runs maybe for 9 to 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe. And that's strong. That means I'm talking about every day.
Yeah.
This month it's been strong. Next month might not be. Tomorrow it's supposed to be almost 65 degrees. You see what I'm saying? So HVAC makes a lot of money. You got hairstylists, nail techs, you got masseuse. You got all these people who can work with their hands. But this shined on in the Black community because, like you said, we've been taught, go to school, go to college, get you a degree.
Get your master's,
They missed the part where they say get your ass in debt and can't find a job.
Yeah.
They miss that part. They don't feed you that part. They don't feed you the part where they say, oh, when you fill out these job applications, they're going to say, oh, you need to have 2 years experience, but you just graduated, but you're looking for new graduates. We can go to a whole different subject about that. But the people who have trades, I respect that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
They don't give you the option to go to the military. They want to push school. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some people make a career out of it. People who come from a different country and come over here, Africans, they'll go to school forever. And then they'll turn right back around and go back home.
Yeah. They'll take all that knowledge and everything else and build.
But they learn trades there. Yeah. So while they're learning and working as an intern to get money, they're doing their trades as well as their internship at home. However, Americans are weak-minded. and I mean born and raised Americans. I don't mean second and third generation Americans.
Yeah.
We're weak-minded. We're programmed to think that school is
the end all be all.
Yeah, but that's a different show. That's a different show. But yeah, we need to definitely build our legacies and learn from each other in our community the positive way.
Yes. Yes, indeed. And any other closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts. Let's see. No. I did have something in the news that I wanted to talk about, but I forgot.
With all those notes and you forgot that?
I didn't write that down. Oh, Serena lost.
Yes, she did.
I saw that. Oh my God. But I'm happy though.
Yeah, because it was how you say, Naomi Osaka? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That comes for Naomi that was watching Serena when she was young. Mm-hmm. And saying, that's going to be me. That's going to be me. And it's her.
Yeah.
You're passing the torch. In the black community, we have to. Naomi is black and Japanese. She's beautiful.
Blackanese.
Yeah. We can go with that one. I have a friend who has three or four. He's in the Marines. He has 3 or 4 Japanese and black children. He's yeah. Okay, but yeah, so I mean you have to I'm sorry y'all. I went off the deep end on that one, but yeah, we have to open that up. We have to let our children learn, whether it's from us or anything that's going to help them grow. I'm gonna say this and I'm not gonna talk about it no more. Life insurance is not for us.
No.
Life insurance is for them.
Yeah.
Most of the people who have a leg up in the world is because people left them life insurance policies worth $500,000. If that costs $300-$400 a month for life insurance for $500,000, and I'm not giving you exact figures. I'm just using an example.
Yeah.
If that's going to help your grandchildren not go through the same BS that you had to go through, worrying about where the light bill coming from, how the house note going to be paid, is the taxes going to be paid, pay that $400 a month.
Yeah.
Because
if you're able to.
If you're able to. Even if you're not able to, get what you can.
Yeah.
If it's $50,000. And just use that. And black people, and I'm going to say this loud. Black people, stop selling your grandparents' house. Stop selling your parents' house. They worked all their damn life to pay that house off, and you looking for a quick dollar to sell their house. Dumb as hell, you're hustling backwards. Stop selling their house. You can't build a legacy if you selling the legacy. That's dumb as hell.
Some people don't want that burden, though.
It's not a burden.
But in their minds,
it's not a burden. If you need help, go to a realtor to help you. You can use that house, not necessarily for Section 8, but you can rent that house out for money. It's called residual income. Yeah. It's called multiple streams of income. Use it. Even if you were to demolish the house, keep the land.
Yeah.
Build on that land. Rent that land out. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. When weed was legalized in Colorado, a lot of these motherfuckers got their money by buying land and leasing it out to the marijuana growers. They ain't got to do nothing but pay the taxes on it every year. And if they rented the land out to a 501(c), they ain't got to pay shit. All of it is straight income, profit. Learn something. Email me if you got any more questions. That's all I got today. I'm getting off my high horse. And again, this was brought to you by Sober Free and Miss MVP. Nothing but blood orange tea in my cup today. No tequila.
Again, we appreciate everyone that stuck through this series. I hope that you were able to learn something, pick something up from any part of this series. And if you did, hey,
let us know.
Yeah, let us know. It's free game. Hey, share with other people that if you learned it, because again, knowledge is power.
Yeah. Hit that like button, share it, grab it from YouTube and share it. Do whatever you gotta do.
Yeah. And as with that being said, close out this one. That's like we do every single episode. Have you had that I can't even get out.
Have you had that podcast? I don't know.
Have you had that convo?
Is it fried, boiled, sauteed? I hadn't had that podcast yet.
Have you had that convo, or are you in that convo yet, and why not?
Head on over to YouTube. Subscribe.
Yes.
The 100 subscriber. We will, if you do not want to be announced, let me know that you do not want to be announced, and I'll just say that we have reached our 100 subscriber, but that don't mean don't subscribe to the channel anymore.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to be, if you want to remain anonymous when you're receiving your mask, just let me know, and I'll try my best not to blurt it out. I will. I've enjoyed today's show. What about you?
Yes, I've enjoyed every episode with you, Miss MVP. We
are starting to warm up a little bit, so we'll be moving outside. We'll let you guys know what our schedule is going to be for like live stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
Facebook Live. You want to go Facebook Live?
Yeah, I've been thinking about getting back into Facebook Live. Yeah, we can do that. Or we can do Facebook and YouTube at the same time.
You face, you book. Face you.
Face
you. Face two. Okay.
All
whatever.
Right. All right, y'all. We'll catch you on the next time. Peace.
Holla.